Good morning, good morning. How's everybody? Oh no, I have to replug in one of my lights. Yesterday FOMC was like, meh. We didn't change rates at all, so I have low expectations for today. Vote in the chat what your bias is. I really have low expectations. Yesterday I marked out this like 1 hour on ES. I think we closed right at that. Same thing NASDAQ, we closed above that at 4. Yesterday was an ugly day. So far, what you got here? 15-minute FEG. We're literally in the daily FEG for NASDAQ, right? What are your votes? Let's see. Chat, what's up? Hola, soy Dora. 48% bullish. Ah, thank you. So I look nice today. Oh, nice. Bullish 48, bearish 33, 19 neutral. Take a quick look at the ATRs. So far, this was pretty efficient. The daily range right now, we move 200 points on NASDAQ. Average true range is lower, 344. And ES, it's 69. So we already got to that sell side then. We got to that sell side I've marked out during FOMC during the after hours then, right? Oh no, we got there. What time was that dump? Oh, it was right at 4 p.m. Yeah, it was right at 4 p.m. Is that interesting? And then I warned everybody about earnings. So right at 4 p.m. we dumped and pumped. It wasn't much of a pump though. And then during Asia, we grinded higher. London consolidation. New York, no manipulation of the London area though. That's why I don't totally love the shorts, but maybe I would have to give it a go. It's not previous day high. This is equal highs. And what is the calendar like today? Not much going on except for Trump is speaking 4:30 today. Okay. What's the earnings for today, though? Earnings whispers. Let's see. Today, after the close, we got Apple, Visa, SanDisk, which, by the way, SanDisk has gone up 1,000% in the last year and a half because of AI. Now, you can upload large videos. That's kind of crazy that they need so much more storage and that. So, that's just goes to show whenever you feel some sort of FOMO, oh no, I should have bought NVIDIA 3 years ago. Well, SanDisk was another opportunity. So there'll always be opportunities, is my point. Yeah, I think we literally just filled the RTH gap just now. The ES didn't really have much of one. Let's see NASDAQ. NASDAQ. Didn't really have much of one either. Let's see. Put a little gap down, NASDAQ, actually. Really? Oh yeah, because the 4 p.m. 4:15. 4:15 drop closed here. Then we pop back up at 4:15. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, chat. So far the bears are holding it down. Okay. No news either. Okay. Mark at previous day low. If we remain heavy under that, kind of be important. Previous day low. ES keeps just getting into NASDAQ's high. I don't need this sell sign anymore. They look a lot different on the hourly. Wow. Nasdaq's got like this wick. Yes, is in a FEG. Okay. The Nasdaq's weaker. Much closer to previous day low. What's going on? Dow Jones is going up. It's great. Someone caught the drop, made your daily. That's good. Let me think. Man, it's okay. Is it doing? Oh, yeah. Someone said just press sell on NQ. I know, right? Oops. We got Apple earnings. Yep. How long do I wait to take a trade? I don't know. Take it when I see one. Makes sense. Fix the mic. What's wrong with the mic? We tapped this place twice. This is now the third time. The Monday high. Nasdaq at previous day low. This is no longer previous day high. This is Tuesday's high. Honestly, I don't put that much into that anymore. So we already tapped that. Yeah, we just completely lost that high. See this heat map, what's going on here? There's definitely one stock leading this. Microsoft's down 10%. Yeah, Meta's up 8%. What'd you do, Microsoft? They had earnings yesterday. They got earnings yesterday, and what they do miss. By how much? Oh, they're actually They beat their earnings. They're just down. Okay. Oh, that's what it's like. Like, that's why you don't gamble earnings with options or anything. They could beat their earnings and be down. Bless me. Thank you. I need all the blessings I could get. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, we literally lost that area and we just dropped like freaking another 12 points in ES. And then on NASDAQ after we lost this area. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I feel like ES is gonna get down to here real quick. It's just a shame. I mean, I didn't see any entry for myself on the 1 minute even, so. Not really. Just straight dump, no retracements. So someone's getting rid of all their position. Something. Oh, that's like that level's like all the way here. They both hit previous day low. Nasdaq even hit that like Tuesday sell side. And marked that out yesterday. Okay. Okay. First time we're having any sort of retracement right now. Any sort of bullish action this morning. It's 9:49. Okay. On the daily. What we have is that SMT at all-time highs. Nasdaq didn't hit all-time highs yet, so retracement makes sense. So how much did it retrace within this leg so far, though? Not 50% yet. I think it could come back into here. Nasdaq. I personally don't want to go long in a day on a daily candle that looks like this. Right? We started off pretty much there at these equal highs, right? And then we dumped, right? Actually, where I have those equal highs. So actually I might just delete that unless we really look bullish at some point and shift on like a 5-minute structure. Otherwise, I'm not going to touch longs. I'm going to go mostly bearish and probably look for some sell side action. So now we made a bunch of 15-minute FEGs. I mean, we made a huge one. Here, this is definitely the drop that I'm going to go take the fib of. See what's good here. This is where the drop started, right at 9:30. I'm honestly thinking, yeah, ES didn't even hit this yet. I would rather short ES. I mean, that's what I said yesterday also. It's close to that area. Hopefully it gives me a setup. I prefer it to retrace into a 15-minute point of interest. Retrace 50% to here and then drop. But I don't know if that's going to happen, but I prefer it to come like at least to here and then go lower. Not gonna happen because of how like fast we're going, but it's okay. I would rather do that. I don't feel safe just entering short here and putting a stop there. It could totally retrace within here, right? Otherwise the RR doesn't make sense for me to enter. Like you can't enter here and put a stop up there. Yeah, that's my reasoning so far. Let's see what happens. We're around the previous day low level. We might consolidate a bit here, back and forth, play with this level a little bit. NASDAQ is below that level. Tested it, failed. Yeah, I do prefer it to retrace a little bit more. Might not happen. Kind of a fast morning there. I didn't expect that because of like how rates, like yesterday after the FOMC, during the FOMC release and the press conference, man, that price action was straight up barcoding. Am I right or am I right? It was pooey, as my mom would like to say. My mom says, "Ooey," or something gross. But here, congrats to anyone that like saw that 15-minute was just like, all right, I want to short that. That was kind of good to see. I guess it did give you clues with those wicks, right? I was just not as prepared. This was a hard week for me just personally. Personal life, I mean. Trading, I'm slightly up. I've made like $300. So let's see what happens. Today's Thursday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we shot up. So maybe it is a Wednesday high of week. Thursday reversal. If today closes below previous day low, that's good for more downside later, I think. Yeah. That hourly is wild on NASDAQ. It's just a straight up drop. It's kind of wild. Definitely bigger than everything we've seen so far. In terms of moves down, I don't think anyone really expected that. 280-point move down like that quickly. Alright, well, it's not really consolidating around that previous day low level. We made a new low of the day on ES and NASDAQ, so it might hurry up and drop. I don't know. I'm okay with missing that if it gets to that area. It's fine. I'll find some other trade. I don't need this anymore. I don't think I need that much anymore. But I'll keep that in Friday high. It's a 4-hour high as well. Let me see. Oh, actually, I don't really care much for this one. Alright. So, I think, I really prefer to see that today. Retracement and drop down to here. Okay, coming back up a little bit. Maybe that will be, for me, ideally, maybe it runs as high from both of them. as a stop run. BRB. Okay. Oh my gosh, cold advisory today. Cold advisory on January 29th from 1 a.m. to 10 a.m. Very cold wind chills expected. Wind chills low as 10 degrees below expected. Yeah. Okay. What's up, chat? Only 33% of you guys were bearish, and that's valid, to be honest. Considering yesterday it didn't drop. We wanted to see it drop yesterday, to be honest, during the FOMC announcement. But it wanted to trap people. Trap. Mickey Mouse said, Dickie Mo said, price action is so weak. Hiya. That's funny. Tanya, any suggestion how to fix your consistency score when it's too high on the eval account? You need to, honestly, if it's an eval account, you need to do your math on what the consistency needs to be for to pass it. So literally do the math there first before you run into that trouble is my tip. Obviously you're already not there, but yeah, so essentially if a consistency score is 50% and your price target, for example, is 3,000, you shouldn't be making more than 1,500 for that day, per day. And maximum then will take you, minimum will take you 2 days to pass it. If you hit more than that 50%, you're just doing yourself a disservice, and then you gotta do more work, right? Because there's literally no point otherwise to continue making money if the consistency is 50% on the eval level. I'm saying, if it's a funded and you see a good opportunity, then whatever, like just take the trade. It's a good trade, and then later on you just trade for more. But since you're already need help on fixing your consistency score, you need to just honestly just trade a couple more days and don't rush it. As now, if you're kind of eager and antsy and annoyed that you made that small error there, then you might be annoyed and want to rush into making a quick win that ends up being a mistake. Now let me think about something else. But if you realize, if it's before the end of the day, before the consistency has been calculated, before your profit target has been calculated in these firms, right? Because it's end of day drawdown. If for example my profit target's 3,000, I made 2,000 today, and it's before the end of the day, I just lose $500 on purpose. I just lose some money, and the way you do that is just get a bunch of contracts and just click buy market, sell market, buy market, sell market, immediately, and go back and forth, and you lose money in commissions there. Because honestly, sometimes I've tried to lose money on purpose, and I was making money, and that was a problem too. Isn't that funny how that works? Oh no, we dropped right away. Damn it. The market is so weak. How's ICT doing? Someone said that's a fast way to lose money, lol. Yeah, that's only if you need to hit a consistency number on your eval that you do that, though. Damn, bro. Oh, boy. Damn it. They didn't give me my retracement that I wanted. Hit new low, though, and then it came tiny up back a bit and dropped like a rock. I did not feel secure putting a stop here, to be honest, so that's okay. All the way down to this hourly. 4-hour untapped FEG now. Ayya. What was this move during Asia? Projected down lower. Because this move during Asia is definitely like a false move. So let's just take a standard deviation of that. Ayya. Why don't you listen to Uncle? Who watched Jackie Chan Adventures when they were a kid? I like that show. Yeah, we hit the -1, -0.5 here. So, I can't go short now, right? I don't see much to go for. Damn. Fast day. Definitely wasn't expecting this. That's okay. Hey, if more volatility is here, that's good for us. I think the Blackstone president, he said, we think real estate has plenty of room to run. Interesting. Okay. Okay, our durable goods numbers just came out. At 10 a.m., right? There's some, like, yellow folder news. Okay. At 10 a.m., that's when we hit this area that I wanted to hit. I mean, this is definitely viable for a potential reversible. Where is this? 8667. Okay, this is the start of the hourly. It's 10 a.m. open. Mark that out. 10 a.m. open. Yeah, this is tough now that we reached my targets. And get the retracement I wanted to short. Well, I hit my target. Now it's very difficult for me to find another short. Also, it's for me to go long. It could potentially give a long setup, but so far from the start of this 10 a.m., not yet. And I could definitely see a wick forming here. The problem is though, like 10 a.m. opens not that far. Well, actually it is. It's 80 points up. The question is like, how would you enter that? There's not really any sort of structure in play there. Suppose this would be maybe a turtle soup potential entry or an SMT potential entry first. Back up to here, but not yet. I'm just thinking of the future, like maybe if one of them takes out this low again, and then they find like the other one doesn't. Otherwise, I don't see any sort of my entry. I guess people want to take a 30-second inversion. I don't know. I don't really trust the upside so much. Okay. ES is very weak. It's like below that 4-hour now. And looking at this, there's a stacked 1 hour also here. It's kind of like, Oh, that's what I wanted to measure here for ES as well. Where's yeah, we're in 50% of this whole leg on the way up. NASDAQ is at the moment as well. Remember, I marked that out. Okay. So, yeah, I might have to be brave later and try a long out. But we'll see what happens. We hit my target by 10 a.m., so honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of consolidate now. Yeah, we hit this extension level and this extension level as well. All right. Yeah, what I'm seeing is we hit a bunch of my extension levels on the downside. I'm not really gonna press short. Not looking too good on the 1 minute. It looks super weak again. Accumulation. What's good is that now that at least that's a swing high that's nearby. Equal lows on ES just made. Oh, would have been better if I took out the low. Or maybe try a potential like turtle soup, but didn't do that. For me to want to do like even more like upside, look for longs for more upside, those equal highs or reverse on the day. I'd want to see inversions on the 5, the 3. Doesn't really seem like we're gonna get that though. Pretty weak. So, getting consolidation like I thought. Honestly, the only thing I'm thinking that's left is maybe 1050 macro. Considering this is how the hourly looks like right now, it could potentially whip this area, come back up and retrace, right? So maybe. So far, definitely nothing happening that looks good for the bulls. There's nothing happening that looks good for the bulls, so. Okay. I was just reading my real-time strategies. Okay. So both of them took out new low day now. Potential turtle soup, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. Probably not. We're so weak. It's crazy. Let's see. Bearish FEG. Let's see if that turns into an inversion. And maybe someone could find an entry long towards just 10 a.m. open. It honestly feels so weak that this is going to fail too. Every little imbalance is being sold. I feel like it's just some huge fund getting rid of their positions. It'd be kind of crazy if we end up taking out all if we take out all those lows today. I don't know. I think it's kind of unlikely. We took out previous last 2 days lows. Truly don't really see any more downside targets for me to enter this short. Let's see. And that's what I'm thinking. It's the only long I would just do is a retracement long, and I wouldn't hold it for very long. Only if it looks good, if it has a nice push up closing above this on the NASDAQ. Or the ES, let's see. Probably NASDAQ. I don't really like taking ES inversions. They honestly don't earn as clean on ES. Okay. Gotta get ready in case it does happen. I would enter a retest of that. Damn, that's a big stop, even though it's literally one candle, 2 candles worth. That's wild. So I would literally need to take 4 micros. 4 micros. Damn. It's a big range today. And we did not invert that yet, so. Some people might not even find this worth it. But it is a 1.2R. And then you are going against the grain. I don't even know if this is gonna happen. Let's see. So far it's rejected. So actually it just looks super weak again. Could just literally drop again from here. Yeah, it's not looking too hot. It's probably gonna drop again. Because where are we dropping to? That's why I'm not taking that short. Where? So I hit all my targets really. On the daily we dropped how many cents? Yeah, let's see. I dropped 579 points already. What the heck? Alright, that doesn't seem too bad. If I entered, honestly, I don't know retracement. Might not happen. But this would be, yeah, this one would just be 1-to-1 from here to there. On the 32nd, if it retraced a little bit. Let's see. That'll be 1.83. Let's just mark out this fib. A bit of fib. That's the 32nd. Could take 5. Okay, I'm in that. The odds are pretty low that this works out, so let's see. I'm warning everybody already before. Let's see, 864. I know people are gonna bang on me for going and taking an opposite trade, but I kind of like it. Did that thing I want, inverted it. I'm honestly putting my stop at the bottom of this bullish candle because it's where we engulfed everything. But I'm saying it might be. Oh, this is a 1-minute FEG retrace too. Nice. Might not be the best because, we've seen this pop up. But honestly, these weren't inversions, so it's fine. Yeah, let's see. I'm also just going for 10 a.m. open because I'm not going to be a hero here. It might even fail after hitting one of these highs, So I'm kind of just taking like a 1-to-1, 1.5, whatever. Alright, let me pay attention here. Pay attention. As soon as like the 32nd breaks another high with an FEG, I'm literally just going to start trailing. As long, can't be. If you're going against the grain, you can't be holding it for too long. Deep retracement. Let's see. This is 50% of that leg, actually. Not really that deep. It's fine. So if I was a patient cookie, and I would get filled there, it would be a better RR, but whatever. It's life. Be nice to break the swing high now with a displacement and not consolidate. Break it, break it, break it. Up, up, up. There are 30-second FEGs here. I'm gonna trail my stop. I do not want it to retrace. If it retraces, then now I'm risking like half of what my original risk was. If it comes back and stops me out. But like I said, I don't want to be part of consolidation. I only want to be like part of a zoom back up. No, retraced enough there. I mean, I entered based on the 30-second. I can manage based on the 30-second. It's fine. It's this low. Yeah, I have it at that low. Yeah, it's retracing. So it's looking more like it wicked this, so it's looking more like it's probably gonna come here. This is like kind of like the last line in the sand for it to pick up. That's not gonna end up working well for me. Okay, well I'm glad I trailed that quickly. All right, it looks like it's consolidating. I guess I'm just gonna wait until 10:50. Oh well, we didn't even hit this high on either of them. Can get two up close candles on Nasdaq. Okay, I'm really glad I trailed my stop because I ended up going to that full stop like a minute later. I really don't see what people are looking for more downside, so I'm okay. Just make sure I'm exited of everything. Okay, cool. That didn't work. This inversion. Oh well. Kind of going crazy. Damn. The Nasdaq take that new low day. Yeah. Back to the drawing board, as they say. Honestly, I didn't expect that sell side to get taken in one day. Let's see. Trying to read the news to see if there was anything about, like, major that happened anyway, but... Ooh, CME Prediction Markets has entered the chat? What? That's crazy. Okay. Oh, there's like Iran IRGC naval forces will carry out live fire exercises next week in the Strait of Hormuz. Gold is past 5,500 now? What? Oh my god, what? That's insane. That's 5,200. I see a headline like that, it drops. That's still insane. I thought it was like 4,500 a week last week. Yeah. That's so weird. Silver's at 108. That's crazy. Okay. Additional U.S. Navy destroyers arrived in Middle East region. So this is what's happening, I guess. There's like talk of potential war, and the market does drop as well. That like just happened though. 7 minutes ago. That's while I was in my long here. Yeah, Trump was yesterday weighing a major new strike on Iran. I wonder what the prediction markets now say about that. Okay. What? There's literally like different days you can do it for. Well, hasn't risen much. That's actually crazy. Yes is only 13% by the end of January. Draw the trader says he's done. That's nice. Tanya, are you considering learning gold trades? I found it's easier setups and price action than NASDAQ in most ways. I think you would enjoy it. Yeah, I need to put some time, I think even today, to study gold and silver. My friend Brian, he's making a killing on silver. That's so funny, dude. What, we went like almost 3 days of price actions wiped out in just the New York AM session. Metal traders are grade A degens. Uh-oh. Someone said, this is why I hate heavy trends. I don't want to shorten a discount if it is one. Yeah. Same. I'm just going to see what happens at 10:50. And I feel totally okay with trying like that retracement long. We sold off so much. We hit my targets by 10. Dropped new low day. I had this pretty strong candle. I moved my stop up, so I took a very small loss. So I'm really happy with that, how I managed it. That being said, like today's the first down day. I would love to counter trend on that day, which maybe I'll take into account next time. Even that tomorrow. I don't think I want to look for longs. It's just a matter of where would I be targeting to hit all my, for today at least, to hit all my targets. It's like, oh, am I going to be targeting a weekly low or last week's low? Oh no. Yearly open, we'll come back to there. Probably. Oh, we do have equal lows of last week's low. From ES. Previous week lows pretty much is equal lows. Wow. Kind of interesting. The news about the U.S. Navy ship arriving there in the Middle East literally happened right here, so it's interesting. Wow, isn't that long? That stopped me out. Can't blame it. All right. This week's low on NASDAQ. There's also equal lows near last week's low, yeah. Remember that consolidation we had? Yeah. Considering that huge drop-off today and that S&T at all-time highs, yeah, we need to have only bearish from in the coming days, and it seems that, yeah, we're gonna head for those levels. Okay, so that's the note on my desk I'm gonna leave for myself. Only bearish until previous week low hit. Hopefully we get some retracements in this market in the coming days because, I mean, this is crazy with this drop that we're having. Gold's actually down 4%. Wait, yeah, gold and silver. Shutdown talks going in the right direction, says a senator. Senate Republican leader Thun. Okay. Mexican president's on trade deal. There is nothing concrete, but we are progressing well. All right. So at least it's hourly. I mean, dude, like, this drop is so crazy. On the daily was the last time we had a day like this. I feel like it's been a long time. We had a big drop on the 16th, but it was less than this. It was less than this, yeah. The 16th we only dropped 360 points. We dropped 676 points in the Nasdaq. It's like almost double its ATR. Got a day like this on. See, this looks like a big day. Yeah, 600 points. A month ago. Looks pretty similar. Have some high here. They consolidated way more during early December, and we dropped here. We had a couple more days of downside. It's not untapped anyway. Heading back to the yearly open. It's not a good sign, right? For bulls. Yeah, I think that we're probably gonna head there tomorrow. The next coming days probably end up in going for these lows, especially if we hold below yearly open. It would be annoying, and honestly, it's not even out of the question. Let's see, it's on the daily. Has this ever happened, like a day like this, where then the next day completely? Well, this did. This day. I was on the New York Stock Exchange, actually. On this day, and then we just consolidated here. But still, it like retraced and probably gave you some setups within upper premium. Okay. This day, happened, and then the next day was a green day, actually. And then the day after dropped more. So, I mean, hold your bearishness for that week, and you still end up okay. Okay. Thursday, this was a drop-off here on Thursday. Friday is a huge doji, but it did end up going lower for a swing low here. Okay. This is a Thursday. We had a drop-off that took out a swing low, and then Friday came back up. Okay. It's 10:46. I'm gonna abandon any longs for the next long ideas the next couple of days. I'm gonna do only bearish until previous weekly low hit. If this 1050 retraces up higher, I'm fine with missing that. I don't even see really, what am I gonna really do with this? It really is just super weak. I'm basically break even on the week now because I lost, yesterday I made 300, today I lost 300. See what tomorrow does. I think I'm gonna end up studying some silver and gold today. Someone in the chat know, have any idea, what was the major news that caused this? I wonder. It wasn't news, Tanya. Yeah, could have been just the drop. I mean, I honestly haven't seen anything like this in a while, so whatever. Earnings was, how much is Microsoft down now? 11%. Kind of remarkable. Finance is still up. Which is, ES isn't even down that much then. 1.3% to 2% on the NASDAQ. Mixed mega caps and Tehran tensions. Yeah. Trump teaming up with Nicki Minaj. What are you talking about? Someone said they expect to bomb Iran by the 31st, but I just looked at all the poly market stuff and that hasn't gone up. That should have already been adjusted. Well, now it's up a little bit. It's 2%. Oh no, it's still 2%. By today, 2%. By the 31st, 14%. That's not. People aren't really betting on that. There's no, what I mean is there's no insider, unless I will keep on the lookout if there's a whale that makes that kind of bet. I think that's what happened with the Venezuela strike, right? Oh my god. Call your mom, call your dad. This is just non-stop. Oh my god. Bro. This is crazy. Now we're like down on the week on the NASDAQ. Below the weekly open. Bro. They're wildin'. They're bugging out here. NASDAQ's bugging, bro. It's crazy. So silver is down 4%. Gold only down like 1.5%. You grew up here, right? Yeah, I grew up in New York, Queens. I had a crazy day the other day too when I was going back to my apartment from my parents' place. Like you guys saw on Monday and Tuesday, I was at my parents' because I was checking up on them about the storm. Also, there were a couple deaths in the family, so I went back. And then I had a crazy week, bro. When I'm leaving, okay, also when I'm leaving, there was a literal fire. There's an electric fire on the street. Twice. I stayed longer because I can help them, because the fire department was like, oh, we might turn off the power. So I helped them out with like finding flashlights and, turn the heat on, batteries. And of course I was like, you guys could just, if that happens, you can come to my place. There's plenty of room. But they didn't turn off the electricity, which is good. But then the fire department leaves, and then 20 minutes later it starts again. I'm like, what the hell? Call 911. They have a good response time. It was 5 minutes, so that's good. Thankfully, it was on the street. Like, it was an underground fire, I guess, from the wires. I think, like, probably salt from the street went down into it and caused sparks. Sorry about the passings. Thank you. Only booked 68 points on ES, says Jamie. Dude, that's a lot. RSH Trade says, bro, I want to just close my eyes and sell. The devil on my shoulder is tapping. Isn't that what it's like? And then, you know, you do that, and then this happens, right? That's huge. Dude, this is crazy. This is like 50.1 minute candles. What am I supposed to do with this, bro? My parents are fine. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, they are. Yeah, MFP Market says we hit majority of our targets already. It's probably going to finish this move, just consolidate for the rest of the day. I agree. I mean, I thought it was going to do that during this time, right? I thought a little scalp backup wasn't out of the question, but I know, where was it? No, I was doing that here, I think. Yeah, here. I don't remember. No, up here. That's funny. Okay, I feel fine about this. I tried to long like 250 points ago, and I only took us what? I don't know, this small of a loss on a 32nd. I took a 27-point loss. I just don't trust any push back up right now, and I wrote in my book, my notepad, I'm only bearish. So I'd rather have a retracement to short later, for later. I don't even think today is crazy. I could consolidate the rest of the day. I think I'm probably going to go work on looking at silver and gold, and also some content planning. Okay, let's see here. Oh, let me actually ask the poll in the chat. Which video do you want to see first? How to find daily bias, or how to copy trade prop firm accounts? How to copy trade accounts. Alright, answer the poll. I think daily bias is more important, so even... You gotta know the daily bias. Trade. That's wild. I saw this first 15 minutes of the day, and I was like, okay, cool. Maybe I'll see a retracement into this 15-minute. That's what I was looking for, to short more. On a normal day, that's what happens. So I'm fine with that. Today is definitely abnormal. It's way above the average range. So I'm okay with this. Missing this. Just no retracements, just straight drop. So I'm a retracement trader. If you're a momentum trader and you miss this, then that's no good. Yeah, longs are not on the tape. Okay. YM was while at market open always against the grain. Yeah, YM is a lot of times inverse. Then it dropped. Huh. Filament says buy the dip. Oh man, I tried to buy the dip up here. I feel like I gave it a try today. Right now it's 11. It's a 1050 macro, and what setup was not really. I don't know why that happens. I don't really want a long here. Gave it that chance before. Not even a small retracement happened, so it's like, why would I try that? 1050 was here. We dropped a bit. We didn't even invert this here. We made a bullish FEG, sure. So maybe if someone just was looking at that, but honestly, that's not enough to get me to want to long this. There's been plenty of those that were false, like this one, this one. I'll monitor what happens by 11:10, but low expectations. I mean, on the hourly, how do you expect this hourly? It's already closed crazy below this guy here, which I thought, honestly, that was the reasoning behind my long earlier, is I thought it might form a wick here. So we've seen that oftentimes. Like, look at this wick here during FOMC. This wick here, right? On the Sunday open, wick down, continued. Or this guy here, Wednesday, right? So, what day was this? This was Wednesday. What happened on that Friday when I went long? What day is today? 29th. Where's the Friday? It might have been a week ago. Or this is, okay. I longed it here. I looked for that. And it got stopped in profit. Yeah, there was no look there. There's a Friday I'm looking for here. Here. Yeah, the wick reversal. So, yeah, it looks like no bids coming in. And I'm like, okay, we're down 2.2%. There could be more continuation today. I mean, look how weak it is. I'm trying to decide what's viable. I mean, Iran's foreign minister says Europe is making major strategic mistake designating Iran's Revolutionary Guards a terrorist organization. Bro, they're literally shooting at people protesting the regime there. It's so sad. EU today blacklisted Russia for risk of money laundering. Okay. When did this thing happen with the Iran? 40 minutes ago. That was like this drop here. Okay. Literally where I got stopped out of that potential long. Maybe if that news didn't come out, the long would have worked. But yeah, then we had that second drop. And honestly, did I want to flip short? No, because honestly, I didn't really have many more targets for today. Like we moved a ton. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather just come back tomorrow. Like nothing moves straight down forever. Hopefully tomorrow. It would be ideal if London like retraced into 50% or something, or into this area. So it's a whole new ball game now. It's gonna be news driven a little bit, alright, which we don't love, but You dropped 500 points since that previous day low. Maybe I'm kind of reviewing here, okay? I wanted it to retrace more at this point, but we did hit new low of day, so that maybe could have clued me in to just try something, but it's okay. Next time. Really uncomfortable. Like your minimum stop is kind of like 50 points. Like stops are 50 to 100 points now. A size small. Let's see, what did you guys vote in the chat? Okay, how to find daily biases. Voted more. Okay. The Iran regime, yeah, they killed thousands of protesters. It's really sad, yes. Can we look at gold? Sure. Let's check out gold and put silver on the left. What a run. Okay. This was crazy when it was consolidating there. Damn. Okay. I should have paid more attention. Oh man, I had that buy side marked out from a long time ago. What? I think this is when I was looking at it a long time. Wait, what? Oh, this is here. Okay, I can delete this. I think this is a long time ago I was looking at that. Alright. That's messy. Alright. Damn, gold. All this consolidation. I remember seeing it from here. Okay. Honestly, gold and silver being like fundamentally driven. People are going to that as there's a lot of uncertainty. And also with silver, what you can want to look into is that I believe like a lot of cars are using silver now. Like I think for the electric vehicles they're needed. Yeah. Each EV, electric vehicle, contains about 1 to 1.5 ounces of silver. It's a high electrical conductivity. Yeah, same thing, use golden chips and stuff. So let's see. Okay. Go on the weekly. Weekly, we're just at all-time high, so you have to play all-time high situations, which honestly I wouldn't be trying to fade. Okay, we just took a previous daily low in gold. And this is in silver as well. Previous daily low and a 4 hour. FEG. I would probably look for like well honestly I'm prefacing this with like I need to study both of these assets more because they don't move like indices. Right? But this looks like a potential bounce area. Let's see. It's more likely for that to bounce like that. Because it's already so bullish. Okay. Five-minute break of structure here in silver. And a 5-minute FEG back above previous day low. Yeah, I'm interested to see if this is going to get, if silver comes back, retraces within here, and goes back higher. Same with gold. Gold's a little bit messier there, but it's out of its 4-hour level. Made a 5-minute bullish FEG. Looks better than the NASDAQ does. Broke a 3-minute high instead because it's a little bit messier. Same thing. So I'm kind of interested to see if that happens. What I understand though, let me see. How do they move in the afternoon? Let's see here. This was all consolidation this day. Actually, what I can do is literally just highlight. Let's see. NYPN. Wonder how much this looks back. Okay, so this New York session. It did this. Oh, it's been making bullish moves during the PM session. This is ICT kill zones and pivots. Someone's going to ask what the indicator is. It has like 30,000 people using this. Shout out to Trade for Opportunity on Twitter. He's the guy that made it. Okay. Yeah. Probably be interested in something like that. I wouldn't want to be fading gold. Okay. That's my thought process. And let's see the NASDAQ again now. And ES. Okay. ES and NASDAQ. ES hit its yearly open, coming back now. Do you guys think that the low is in for the day on the ES and NASDAQ? Let me ask you. And then we'll have. Man, I ran out of water. Dude, like, the air is so dry. I mean, I have to get my handyman to come fix my windows again. Because I'm just humidifying the outdoors at this point. But the air was so dry in here yesterday, and I have a humidifier, that my fingers started getting pruny, like wrinkles. I'm dehydrated. That was crazy. Let's see, 73% says the low is in. Vote. Put in your vote. There's only 100 votes. All right. Closing the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Time for the Empire to strike back, said someone. I was just talking to my friend about Star Wars yesterday. So actually, okay, 73% said that the low is in for the day. Interested to see how that plays out. Anyway, I was talking to my friend about Star Wars, and like I realized, honestly, I watched Star Wars when I was like 4 and 5 years old. My dad and my brother, and I don't really remember much of it at all. So I feel like I should watch, like, have like a Star Wars marathon. They're classics. Yeah, they're like highly considered one of the best movies. That was really advanced for their time. No one made a movie like that. And they just kind of start off with an action sequence. I don't really remember much of it, though. You saw it in the theater in 78 when you were 10? Okay, I saw the new ones in the theater with Anakin. And when I really don't know, I was like 5 or something. I don't remember them at all. Star Wars, let's see. The Phantom Menace was 1999. No, I was 1. Okay. So we had it on VHS, but maybe I saw like the second or the third one. Star Wars Episode 2 release date 2002. I feel like I saw that one in theaters. Attack of the Clones. I don't remember that at all. Revenge of the Sith. That rings true. That rings a bell. 2005. Okay. I think that's the one I saw. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that's when Anakin fights Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's a good scene. I like that movie. Revenge of the Sith. Someone said the first 3 are the only good ones. Yeah, that's what everyone says. Isn't that the saying that no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans? Star Wars is the Marvel Cinematic Universe Avengers for the 80s kids. I honestly don't like Avengers. I liked Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2. I don't think I've seen anything else. I think I've seen some other one that was not good in the theater. The point is, if something I'm finding myself getting bored, I'm not even watching a movie in the theater. I'm just thinking, daydreaming while there's a whole movie going on. Especially if there's an action sequence that goes on for like 10 minutes, and that's what the Avengers is. It's all the same thing. It's like, oh no, they stole a stone. We have to go get it back. Or something like that. I think that's every movie is like that. Someone said, wow, spoiler. Which part was a spoiler? It said Iron Man 1 and 2. Saying that Anakin fights Obi-Wan Kenobi is not a spoiler. And also, like, I think that movie was released over 20 years ago. You missed my vlogs? Watch the one at the New York Stock Exchange. That one was good. People like that. You need to know the whole Marvel characters to watch Avengers, otherwise you won't like it. Yeah, see, that's a lot of commitment. There's like 20 of those movies. I like Iron Man. I can't remember. Doctor Strange, maybe I watched? I don't remember. Or maybe he was in it. Oh, I saw Spider-Man, like the one with Tom Holland. Homecoming. I saw the first one. That was pretty good. There's just too much for that. You can't watch. I don't have time to watch a movie. No, I don't really. Should I start watching? Stick on Apple TV. That's a good show. It's about golf. Schindler's List is the best movie. Yeah, that's a good movie. Let me see here. Someone says, Tanya, can you explain select plans of Tradeify? Sure. Search. So you just scroll down and click select. Let's click the 50K. Probably the most common one. It's $111 if you use code Tanya. Profit target and eval is 2,500. Trailing max drawdown is 2,000. It's end of day, which means it's not trailing while you're in the trade. It happens at the end of the day. Let's say you make $1,000. Trails up. You still can't lose $2,000 even though you made $1,000, but you only have 1,500 to the profit target. Consistency is 40%. So that means you have to actually pass these in 3 days. Okay? So let me actually do the math for you right there. So you do 2,500 times 0.4. That's the max you should be really making in a day is $1,000. Don't try to make over $1,000 in that eval. Just whatever the profit target is, because the consistency is 40%. If you want a different one, you just multiply this by 0.4. So that means that you got to take 3 days to pass it. Reset fee is $95, no activation fee. 4 minis or 40 micros, that's self-explanatory. You should be trading micros on this. Funded rules. Okay. You can choose your funded path after you pass the account. You can choose either daily or flex. So if you choose daily, you can actually take a payout every day. But the max payout's 1,000. There's no consistency in the funded stage, which is great, right? It's only in the eval. So I personally, I don't care if the consistency is in the eval, as long as it's not in the funded. Daily loss limit. So if you click daily payouts, you also have a daily loss limit of $1,000. So that's the trade-off. It's like stricter rules there. They both have the same max drawdown as an eval, which is good. If you choose flex, then you can take a payout every 5 days, but you can take bigger payouts. And there's no daily loss limit. So hope I helped explain that. Know if you have another question. Is $111 per month still going after you pass your eval? No. After you pass your eval, there's no activation fee and you don't pay anything anymore. That's it. Same thing for Lucid. Same thing for My Funded Futures. That's how it works for these firms. Which do I pick? Is Flex is cool, right, or daily? Honestly, Flex is good. I like Flex because there's no daily loss limit. Every 5 days is good too. Like, honestly, I'm not going to really care. It's probably better. Build a little bit more of a buffer, then you're not like trying to go for broke. Then if you can take a payout every day, you might like end up being undisciplined there. There's no daily loss limit in the Flex, so I like that, and you can take out up to $3,000. So yeah, I like that buffer too. Yeah, because I don't like that really. The daily drawdowns I don't like either. So basically, if there's a daily drawdown, I don't really like going for that. Or if there's consistency in the funded stage, I don't really go for that if there's an option to not do that. Oh, hey Tanya, I passed 3 Apex evals, but I failed to get to payout every time. What do you recommend? Should I try a different prop firm? Honestly, like with the Apex evals, you need to, it's really hard once you get to the funded stage. You really need to take it slow. Like, I don't mind taking a month to get to my first payout. But you could try a prop firm with easier rules if you want, like in a way there where there's no intraday trailing. Especially if it's like you're still trying to get your first payout and you're kind of figuring out your strategy. It gives you a little bit more leeway. You have more buffer. Cool. You'll do flex. That's cool. I do trade Apex because there's 20 accounts and you can stack them. There is consistency in the funded stage, but there's no really other choice. And like I maxed out on other firms of my allocation essentially, right? So, and I want to go for that huge payout from Apex. Like the thing is, you after a certain point, there's no more intraday trailing drawdown, and after I think three months, then you have no cap anymore, and then you can take out the most. People have been paid out the most from Apex, and that's just a fact. The only people I know that have gotten millions of dollars in payouts are from Apex. Hey, Tanya's OT for shorts valid? I don't really personally like that because it's 11:30, and we could definitely retrace more. I wouldn't really trust this high. There's kind of like equal highs, vibes here, right? We never hit that high here when I was trying that long earlier. I personally just don't want to take that because it's kind of like not the time to do that. A lot of times, like moves can be over by 11, right? Yeah, I've taken something like this and been trapped before. So, I'm done for the day. Today was a weird day for me. Did not expect this huge of a drop. But hey, that gives us some context for tomorrow. And that's all. Have a great day, everybody. I hope you have a amazing day. I'll see you back tomorrow for Friday. Woo woo. Cheers. I'll go work on the daily bias video.